Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to talk about a new strategy in Clash of Clans which I used yesterday in the Clash of Clans Worlds qualifiers, and we're talking about ZAP Queen Charge Hybrid. I mean, all of you guys should know by now that ZAPs are just beyond broken and you can basically combine it with everything. So I thought, okay, let's combine it with the army which I use the most at the moment, which is Queen Charge Hybrid. But I will talk now in this video about what are you guys looking for, like when can you actually use this strategy, and what is kind of the good thing about that strategy, and why should you just stick like to normal Queen Charge Hybrid if you want to. One thing which you have to go for kind of early on is, if it's possible, zapping something in the core. Most of the time you're looking for either scatter shots, expos, or inferno towers. Those are most of the time your main targets. You cannot zap the eagle with this amount of zap spells because you're bringing only 5 zaps and 1 earthquake, which means you can't zap quake the clan castle either. Both of those targets have too much hit points, so you can't get rid of them, the CC and the eagle. So like I said, you're going for scatter shots, expo, inferno towers, things like that. So you're looking for multiple things at this point. You can go for pathing, you can go for less damage on your queen, because obviously due to that you have way less spells on your queen charge and on your hybrid product. So at some point I'm not 100% sure if this is actually like a troll army or like a really serious army, because on some bases it feels kind of like a troll move to do it because it's so freaking bad. On other bases, it's like a crazy big overkill. So it's really base dependent, which makes this strategy kind of fun to use if it's actually working. So I was really excited to actually be able to pull it off yesterday in the qualifiers, even though I think I caused a couple of heart attacks maybe. And no, not only you guys have one, I have one as on my own. So the big issue on this attack was this point. When I dropped the miner a second, maybe a couple of seconds too late. And what this causes is my queen is going onto the outside and skipping the town hall. My queen was meant to go for the town hall and go inside, and to be honest, it was just completely stupid. And I don't know if I would blame it on, I don't know, maybe that I didn't have enough time, but at the same time I remember that Eve Check said I should funnel over there. So I don't really know on what to blame it, but either way, I completely misread the situation over there, dropped the miner too late, and since I wasn't using any super troops in this one, I could have easily brought a couple of super goblins and just funneled this gold storage and the mortar over there. Would have been way cleverer, but I mean, in the end, and that was like the clutch moment, my royal champion, because this attack on this base was just so overpowering, that I still had my Royal Champion ability, and the Royal Champion is actually finishing off the Town Hall and not making me look like a fool, but instead like a genius, because I came up with a new army. So it was kind of from zero to hero or the other way around, because in the beginning we have to say it looked really good. I read the bait with the black mines, so we triggered all of those. But yeah, let's get into some legend attacks with this army, because I want to show to you guys how it works in Legend League. And like I said, this is kind of the unique thing about this. I think this is more like sort of a war army, because in Legend League, sometimes it works, sometimes the base is completely awful against this strategy. So it's hit or miss in most of the cases. So on this one, I tried to zap the core. I didn't really place the earthquake properly. That's something which I still have to work on, which means I activate the town hall. This is something which you should never do. Zaps cannot activate the town hall, but the earthquake can, and you need to be really careful with that. Otherwise, you have a huge issue, like I have right now. So the next step for me is dropping the blimp to lure out the clan castle, and then the queen on the bottom side, baby dragon on the right side, soaking up a black mine on the other one, and then the healers in behind, waiting for the clan castle to come over here. And now I decided, okay, let's wall break in. Not having super wall breaks right now, I mean, you guys, I think all of you guys know, having super wall breakers is making the job of attacking so much easier and relaxing, even though I think the normal wall breakers have more potential, because like you can do like a triple whatever wall break with the normal wall breakers, because you can rage them. The super wall breakers, that's not going, you're getting 2 layers and that's it, nothing more. which isn't bad either, but they're way safer, so that's something which, yeah. So on this one, I used the rage kind of early because I thought the queen was about to go into the range of the warden, and the warden is one of the most dangerous defenses for your queen charges because it's dealing, or like the warden's dealing so much damage. So what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of like waiting if I should start with the hybrid now or if I should do something else. Now I'm freezing the warden because there's just so much damage, and now just getting the hybrid in. The idea on this attack is kind of like you need to have multiple pieces and found them together. No, we don't want to quit the attack just yet. So you want to create pathing with your zaps. You want to create pathing with your blimp. You want to create pathing with your king. And then with all of those pieces together, you want to create pathing with your queen. And then with a hybrid in between. That's kind of the idea behind this attack. And you need to plan way more in those attacks because it's not that easy and straightforward as the normal queen charge hybrid. But I mean, sometimes it works. It worked yesterday for me, and the attack was actually pretty overpowering on the base. The only downside was me not being able to funnel my queen inside the Townhall, which made the attack kind of close. But except that was a pretty big overkill, considering that I was able to kind of swag my royal ability because, I mean, if the Townhall would have been, I don't know, maybe that's too many ifs, but either way, this attack and kind of all of the attacks with this strategy are getting really close on time. That's something which is kind of always the case. So when you're finishing with this army, always like in the last 20 to 10 seconds, that's completely normal. Like this attack is built to time for it. So maybe that's another aspect of why I came up with this. But yeah, so I think we should take a look at the next base and try it one more time. And if you want to try it on your own, first off, I would highly suggest you guys to try it in the friendly challenges because this army, it's not too easy. Like you need to zap the correct things, otherwise you're screwed because you have so little amount of spells for your hybrid and for your queen charge. So it's not that easy. And on this base, once again, let's take a look at what exactly is possible. And we want to have as much zap value as possible. On this one, we could zap the Inferno Tower, the Scatter, and the Expo, and that's actually possible on both sides. So I was thinking about, okay, which side should we go for? And then I decided, okay, let's do it on the right side because over there we have pretty straight pathing into the Eagle, and there isn't too much damage out of that on our queen. That's something which is nice as well. So we're zapping over here, zapping the Expo, Scatter, and Inferno Tower, and now it's all about let's lure the Clay Castle over with the blimp. I could have went for the top side for the Inferno Tower, but since there was like the sweeper over there, I was just like, YOLO, let's go for this compartment, lure over the clan castle, start with the queen walk, and let's get things rolling. Because once again, we started our queen at kind of like 30 seconds already over of the attack, which is pretty late, so you always need to be really careful. Early poison because Valkyries otherwise will deal tons of damage, which is never a good thing to the queen, especially if you want to be kind of like careful with the rages, or like with the one rage you have. And now we're getting deeper and deeper into the base. We could wall like test wall break already. Seems like there's no small bomb. So far so good. Now the queen should take out the enemy king. One thing which you should remember, if you have a max king versus a max queen, you won't make it. You need like a headhunter, a freeze, a rage, something. But if you have a max queen, like 75 versus a 70 king, you normally, if there's no other damage on a queen, you won't need the ability or whatever. So you can just go through that without using anything. So far everything is looking good. The only bad thing is that we didn't have to use a rage spell just yet. Now you guys might think, okay, it's you just said you want to save those rages. Why is that a bad thing now? Because of the time. Like the time is always an issue. So you want to use at some point the rage so you can get started with the hybrid kinda. And well, now we finally used the rage. Time is ticking, but we should be alright for now. And now it's always about the timing. Like the timing when to use the heal and when to use the warden ability. And that timing is super tricky. Like I don't even know my own when exactly is the best thing to use what. But I mean the strategy is that new, that is you have to figure out what is the best. Because normally you have way more spell power on the hybrid part. So that's kind of easy. Like sometimes you use the heal first, sometimes the warden ability, but you still always have another option, like you still have the next heal spell if something is going wrong. That's not the case on this one. You still, like you always need to power through the back end with the nothingness you have, kinda. So yeah, queen is going for the expo. We can use her ability really soon for the single Inferno Tower. Our royal champion is getting targeted by a lot of defenses. Now we have 3 loons left. I'll wait for the defense at the top side to go down, because on the right side you can see there's still elixir storage which needs to be taken out. We are sending 2 loons over there if there's a black mine, and 1 loon to the top side, and this should be the next triple for us. So guys, I hope you guys liked today's video. I hope you guys liked the new strategy. Let me know what you think of that. And to be honest, you can combine this ZAP version of the Queen Charge with many other strategies, with Lalo, with only Hawk Riders. You can do whatever you want with that. It's pretty fun to use, pretty strategic, because your queen is easily to die, which isn't the normal case on Queen Charges because you have tons of rages. But yeah, try it out on your own if you want to. It's a pretty fun strategy. It's using the new ZAP spell if you like it. I still think this new ZAP is broken as hell. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I see you guys back tomorrow. And remember to tune in once again in today's live stream. We have the first match of the live stream against the Darkest Muzan. It's going to be a crazy match. They're insanely good. So we see if we can do anything over there. Oh, see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.